This is me, the Grand Duchess Rasmus Koenig, from my mini dongle. My little room and jungle of a room. Quite interested and fascination intelligence is. One thought, one day I sat among some people and I said, if you could lose everything and keep one thing in the world, what is it that you would keep? A quite funny old lady said, intelligence. And I said, you know what? I would love to keep my wisdom, my love and wisdom. But I want to tell you why she was correct. Intelligence is important because it's a step up from knowledge. It brings you to the compassion of love, the ability to discern, and the ability to strive to wisdom. I went straight to the top and said I would like to keep wisdom, love and wisdom, because that is another thing of becoming knowledgeable of love, is to become intelligent of love, and to be wise in it, wise in its consternations and judgment. But within the past years working with such individuals, you begin to know some people want to keep the basic of what the word, how the word is defined. Are you just the definition of a word, or do you live it in action? And if you don't live it in action, then what's the consequence of being defined by it? It's a hearsay. It sounds well. It suits your status as well as your ability to be seen amongst the crowd. While working with these individuals, I realized that the harsh little thing called intelligence was missing in abundance. So forth that everything came in little packages, and if the package didn't have tape, you couldn't get tape from anywhere else. It caused multiple confusion. And I use the example as a package to highlight the incompetence among them, their comfort in the stupidity of not being able to adapt and to lead by example, to be exemplary by their ethics, and so forth. So intelligence is not just it's not knowing, it's knowing how to use that knowledge for better. It's knowing how to be peaceful in that knowledge, creating solutions, resolutions, not deliberating and living in the hunger of peace. Excuse me. Such is the wisdom of intelligence. And so we began to realize I began to realize the delineation of them. That what a mistake it was to be around such haughty, emblematic people. Some people say emblematic, I can call them motto-matic, because everything they do is driven, but I call it driven to the stupidity and the moronism of them. That's how it comes to defined by me. And it's not sour grapes, it's exactly what it is. Not being able to be more than, or to think and to become a part of a solution. But the solution lies in a book. Knowledge is the solution. And I'm not opposed to knowledge being the solution, but the knowledgeable provide better, more intelligent, the intelligent provide more options or more knowledgeable solution. And then in that essence, the degradation of them depended on whose ass you are kissing, how you look, how you fit, and how you feel. Feel in their moronic little heterosexual, discriminatory, and haughty religious society. For me, it lacked luster and had no love. For me, I wasn't looking for the puppy dog love or to be schooled as such, but I was looking for the intertwinement where the wiser could foster the younger to expand the abilities and offer to provide more than they could at that point, which they could never. I look at Sibelius. She's the prime example of failure from where I'm coming from. Not being able to put a plan into action with the vast amount of resources, America the greatest. Not being able to plan or provide or to set up and to manifest something better than what we have today, because we need something. And maybe big business is what needs big business profits. But there's a lot of people that lose families, orphans, and homeless. And so we begin to wonder, where does the priority lie? The redundance and retardedness of healthcare is because they're set by their knowledge and inflicted by the suffering of not providing better alternatives, being crippled by simple viruses, simple hand washing techniques, and so forth. Simple, you know all the stages, and you could never. People die from simple things. It's not unheard of. But to be set with a body of knowledge and not being able to implement action or change, or to say, I failed, I cannot, but you quit. What a disgraceful, degenerative that must be. Degenerative action that must be. Not setting an example to the coming society. The selfishness of them and the sheer bastardry of their greed. They said Nancy Pelosi retired with so much. That bitch is no more intelligent than any of you. You wonder what they sit up there and do. We have all these fucking lawyers, and you can't get a lawyer to represent you properly. There is no justice. Racism, we people are angry at each other. But this is how they divide us. Because our focus are not on the intellect of our constitutional freedoms. We have been distracted by this, distracted by stupid wars. We have not called for an end to suffering. We have not called for this beginning of the revitalization of the thing that we enjoy the most, and that's the freedom of our lives. That's intelligence. We suffer in this hyper, terror, fearful governmental society run by these morons that take pills to go to bed, wake up in the morning, and to function at work. And there you are, living your normal life. And then you come and sit in front of the idiot's office, and they're, oh, something is wrong, take a tablet. And they cannot think. They know not. They can't adapt, they can't change, and they can't bring you solutions. Well, my dear, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to manifest intelligence as well as your freedoms? How are you going to grab them back? I'll tell you one thing. I have begun. I have done mine. I've always had it. I've never always said it. And nobody brought me to this place of expression, because I've always said it. But now I don't care to fit in. This is MEZA Grand Duchess Rasmus Conan. Have a good day.